Okay, hi all. In last class, we discussed what is the source of biomedical signals and different types of biomedical signals with example. Now we will focus on especially bioelectrical signals. So the biomedical signals, we have plenty of biomedical signals like bioelectric, bioacoustic, bioimpedance, and biochemical, biomechanical, and so on. Today we are going to discuss only the biological signals and their characteristics. The reason is that as all we know that when you are immediately when you are going into a hospital for any problem, immediately they will take what ECG. If you have some problem with brain, then you will have to go for EEG. Then for muscle, EMG. So the major device which we are having to process the signal we are extracting from the body is nothing but bioelectrical signal. Yes, there is some other biomedical signals which highly rely to measure some other or to record some other details in details of certain organs, but the biological signals which plays a very vital role compared to other signals. So that is the thing here. We have concentrating more on biological signals and their characteristics, because the major part of the device which is there in the hospital, it's highly rely on biological signals. Okay, so here I have listed the few basic device which is based on biological signal is ECG, EEG, and EMG, and EGG, ERG, and EOG. Okay, so ECG is nothing but it's electrocardiography. So electrocardiography is a device which is used to going to record the electrical activity of the heart muscles. That's so it is called electrocardiography. So the electro is nothing but here we are going to measure the biological signal from the body, and the second part of the word represents the what we are going to which part we are going to assess. That is the second part is representing, that is cardiogram is nothing but is the heart. Okay, so here in second case, again electro means is here also we are going to assess only the going to measure only the electrical activity of the heart, electrical signal from the body. Here this encephalogram is nothing but is a brain, the brain part. Here we are covering the brain part, and cerebral potential is the it's advanced type of EEG. Here we are focusing the only the cerebral potential, that is intracranial potential. Okay, the third one, fourth one is electromyogram. Here we are focusing on muscles, that is skin muscles, skeleton muscles. Then second, fifth one is electrogastrogram. Here we are focusing on stomach part, and then retinogram is the retina, and oculogram is the eyeball movement. Okay, so these two electroretinogram and electrooculogram, these both are is nothing but here we are measuring the electrical activity related to the eye, but retinogram is the directly we are focusing on retina, because we know the important part of the eye is the retina, which carries the rods and cones, which is the main purpose to have the vision. Okay, main thing, that is the main receptors, that is a photoreceptors which is present in the retina, which is mainly responsible for our normal vision. So if you are having the if you are recording or recording the activity of particular retina, then it is called electroretinogram. If you are going for electrooculogram, it means here just it will assess the eyeball movement. Okay, so that is the from cornea to retinal, what is the potential variation based on your eyeball movement, you come to know the eye assessment. Okay, so this is what electrooculogram. So the thing is here, whatever I say, electrocardiogram and myogram, here this gram, when the word ends with the gram, is nothing but is the we are speaking about output. Okay, that is the representation of output. Okay, so whereas if the word ends with graphy, that is whether it is electrocardiography or electromyography or electrogastrography or retinography or oculography, whatever it may be, when the word is ends with graphy, then it is representing the technique which we are using. Okay, so again when the word is end with the graph, okay, for example electrocardiograph or electroencephalograph, when the word ends with the graph, then it represents the machine. Okay, the machine which we are using to have this technique. Okay, which we are using to measure the that particular technique. So that is what main difference between electrocardiography and electrocardiogram. Again, I'm repeating, when the word ends with a graph, it's an instrument which is used to measure the electrical activity of the particular part. Okay, that could be heart or muscles or stomach or eye or whatever it may be. But if the word ends with a gram, that is it, what we are speaking about is output of that technique. Okay, that is the result that if for example we see ECG, we will have the output in the form of graph, right? The PQRST, that output here we are representing as gram. Okay, that is electrocardiogram. It's a graphy is a technique which we are using to implement this process that is called the word ends with graphy. This three thing is very important when you are technically speaking. So the slight variation is if you do slight variation, then total meaning will goes wrong. Okay, so here I have given as a comparison of each biological signals based devices, that is ECG, EG, EMG, and its representative frequency range, that is the standard frequency range and the voltage range, and what type of electrodes we use to record this biological signals. I have listed here, and then origin, that is a source where you get this biological signals. Also, I have mentioned in the last column. Okay, so for example, if you are taking electrocardiogram, that is frequency range is 0.05 to 100 hertz and voltage coverage 10 to 500. That is especially for fetal range. This is, and then electrodes we used widely for measuring electrocardiogram is surface electrodes. It's predominantly used with the help of some jelly, paste or cream. Or if you want to have detailed information, then we have to go for needle electrodes, because needle electrodes it makes a direct since it makes a direct contact with the organ, there is a less tendency for noise to appear or to get in the signal. Whereas if you are having using the surface electrode, just you are going to place over the surface of the skin. So then again the skin over there will act as a barrier, so that in order to reduce the skin impedance, we have to use jelly or paste or some other things in order to reduce the or bypass the skin resistance or skin barrier, so that the whatever you are expecting to measure, that is the biological signal inside your body, which with the minimum resistance we can easily measure with help of this by the help of applying this jelly paste or cream. Okay, so as like EEG, this origin is neural activity of the brain. Cerebral potential is the source, it's going to be cerebrum of the brain, and electromyography is the skin muscles, and electrogasogram is the peristaltic movements of gastrointestinal tract, and electroretinogram is the retina of your eye, and electrooculogram is the source is going to be the corneal retinal potential variation. And each thing we have respective electrodes to measure such activity. Okay, so thank you.